Hi everyone, it's Margaret here with 60andMe. It's Christmas Eve. For me, I am deciding to dress up just for you. I have no place to go tonight, but I just wanted to share with you a happy Christmas wish. I know that many of you are out doing things with family and friends, maybe watching this after the event, but Christmas Eve is a special time for me. I decided to wear one of my sparkly necklaces. This is one of my favorites. And it's one of those necklaces where I always say, oh, I'll wear it when there's an opportunity, when I'm going out somewhere and I'm not going anywhere. But I decided to wear it because I love it. And I think it makes me feel festive, which I think is what the holiday season is all about. So I'm going to share with you the fact, first of all, that we have women in our community, our 60andMe community, in 160 countries all around the world. We are a sisterhood, a global sisterhood, and it just makes me feel so good to know that right now we've got women in the UK, in the United States, in Canada, in Switzerland, in Germany. We've got people in South Africa, New Zealand, in all kinds of cities and countries all around the world. And we're all doing Christmas Eve a little differently, which I think is really fun. So it's a tapestry of holiday traditions that are woven into the cultures, and I just want to share with you some of the things that other sisters are doing around the world. Now, I know in the United States, you've got lots of traditions around shopping and around going to Christmas services in the evening, Christmas Mass, Christmas service, and maybe even opening a present on Christmas Eve. That used to be our tradition, was to open one present under the tree on Christmas Eve. But, but of course there's the Santa, and if you've got grandchildren or you've got young people in your life, or you're an auntie or friend to someone. But anyway, there's a whole bunch of things you do on Christmas Eve in the States. But around the world, it's a little different. So in Norway, I'm going to look at my notes a bit here too, because I don't know these off by heart, and I'm learning as I go myself. I just did some research online. But in Norway, they gather around to enjoy what they call Yule board, which is like a gathering, a feast. And that's a big element, by the way, of Christmas Eve celebrations around the world, is food, which is as it should be. It's a time of abundance and getting families around the table. But in Norway, it's Nord Yule board. Children await Yule Nissen. That's their version of Santa Claus. And I think I'm pronouncing this right. The J may be something else, but Yule or Yule Nissen. And they light candles, and you can imagine in Norway it's snowing. So there's in the winter months, there's little candles in the windows and glowing, waiting for their version of Santa to arrive. The Philippines. Now this is the dawn of devotion. This is in the Philippines, where they have this thing called Simbang Gabi, which is a series of 9 masses during the day leading up to Christmas that then culminates with the very big, mass, midnight mass, and then of course into Christmas Day. People will sing on the streets. There's a lot of activity on a sort of community level. I think that's one thing that I noticed about other parts of the world, is that Christmas Eve and Christmas is very much a communal, not just a family thing, which it tends to be in the Western countries that I've had experience with. But so they go out in the streets and sing, and this Simbang Gabi is celebrated in the pre-dawn hours before Christmas Day. So that's the Philippines. In Italy, they have someone called the Witch of Wonder, and this is where Italian children look for this a little friendly witch called La Befana, and she travels on a broomstick around the country to deliver sweets and candy to the well-behaved children. It's a whimsical tradition, and kids probably there, of course, know Santa now. When I was doing this little article, I thought, we kind of westernized the idea of Christmas all around the world. So most of the countries that I'll be talking about have these traditional things they do on Christmas Eve. But then, of course, they're probably watching the internet. They're watching their movies. They're waiting for Santa Claus, just like all of the rest of the world. But I just thought for fun, it would be nice to know what the historic traditions are that, go on in these other countries, that maybe the older people are celebrating. Venezuela. This is a really, really fun one. I didn't know this at all, but it's a unique Venezuelan twist. The streets of Caracas, which is the capital of Venezuela, come to life with people roller skating. Yeah, roller skating to Misa de Gallo. I guess that's a song. But then they rollerblade through, or roller skate through the streets, and then go home to have their Christmas Eve dinner and have this expression of community, but close it with their friends and their close family at home. But they roller skate in the streets. How strange is that? And I don't actually know where that came from, but maybe someone from Venezuela can let me know, but I don't know. And Germany, Switzerland, and France, they have Christmas markets. And I've actually done a series of videos on Christmas markets. By the time you watch this video, you'll be sort of maxed out on Christmas videos, Christmas market videos, because I just love them so much. And they're just, gatherings of the community out in well, usually in a community center area, like the church area, where they put up booths that sell homemade goods, foods, drinks. Glühwein wine is the big drink. It's really sweet and very intoxicating drink. But by then here, even yesterday we had some snow. It gets cold, and by Christmas Eve, it's chilly. So that Glühwein tastes and feels really, really good. Roasted almonds, lots of sausages, and just a global mix sometimes in these cities where there's an expat community. People will often set up a booth that's traditional to their own homeland. But mostly in Germany and Switzerland, it's the Christmas markets. And if you ever get a chance to go on a cruise up the Rhine River, I think Viking does one. I know that I've been on the Viking one, so I had perfect experience of that. But they stop at all the very well-known Christmas markets in Germany, so Strasbourg, Colmar, and Hamburg. There's really, really amazing tradition. So that's in Germany, Switzerland, France, that kind of area, Europe. It's Japan. Japan has a sort of a festive fusion where the families apparently, they eat Christmas cake, which is it's like a strawberry shortcake. But wait for this, they actually then eat chicken. And historically, they must have just done this with their normal chickens, but they apparently like KFC. Kentucky Fried Chicken is in Japan, and that's what they eat on New Year's Eve. Strawberry shortcake and Kentucky Fried Chicken. It's a fusion of Eastern and Western food. I'm sure that there's much more they do, and I'm skimming over the surface. But by the way, join the conversation here. If you know of anything in your country, if you're looking, joining us from another country in the world other than the top 3 that I mentioned, most of our communities in the UK and US. And just tell us what you're doing on Christmas Eve. Families in Brazil, families gather late at night. They eat later in those countries anyway, but they gather around 10 o'clock at night to enjoy this huge feast. And it's turkey, ham, rice, beans, chicken. Gifts are exchanged in the evening, Christmas Eve night, and children have little gifts put in their shoes. I don't know if that's a kind of cute tradition, but they put their little gifts in the shoes for the kids. They find them and open them. And also they go to a midnight mass. Those who are spiritually focused around the Christmas holidays, which a lot of people are. And I respect and love that. In Wales, because we have a couple of people in Wales. Hi, everybody in Wales who is watching this. They have an event called Plygain. Tell me if this is right. It's a service of carols that are sung a cappella at about 3 o'clock in the morning on Christmas morning. People stay up all night. They have this thing called Noson Guy. I'm going to pronounce this wrong. Guy Flaith. Welsh is a weird language for me anyway, because I'm not very good at foreign languages, but it means toffee night. And it's Christmas Eve night is the night where you make toffee and decorate the homes with mistletoe, which we all know you can just catch someone under the mistletoe and get a kiss. And holly and mistletoe, they decorate traditionally, but they eat toffee, which is my kind of food. I love toffee, anything toffee-ish, salted caramel preferably. It's all good. Let's do South America. I love South America. Of course, in lots of countries around the world, like South America, Australia, it's summer. It's a warm beach holiday activity. So it's not like, Norway, where you're sitting around the fire with a hot water bottle. Carolers in South Africa go and do their rounds on Christmas Eve around the neighborhoods, and they wear their traditional clothing, because in places like Africa, there are a lot of different traditions and different styles, and so they dress up in their traditional outfit and go from place to place singing. And they then have a communal feast. It includes rice and yam paste. Fufu, it's called. And they have stew or okra soup. They've got very traditional foods that they would eat. And then apparently it's a week-long activity of dance and song and joy. That's in South Africa. And I would love to know more about that, because South Africa is a very diverse and big country. And we have lots of women in South Africa in our 60andMe community. So Christmas Eve is a tapestry of traditions, it's a tapestry of beliefs, of activities and sharing. Sometimes it's focused on family, sometimes it's focused on community, but the joy of Christmas knows no boundaries. We are one sisterhood here at 60andMe. I'm in Switzerland, you're in Tell us where you are. That would be a fun way to end this, actually. Just, it's Christmas Eve. Maybe you're watching this on Christmas Day, but just tell us where you are, what country you are in, and maybe, if you want, what you did on Christmas Eve. But I was really intrigued to just welcome all the different members from our 16Me community to have a chat about things that people around the world do on Christmas Eve. I want to say to all of you, I am emotional. I am so grateful for you in my life. You have got me through a tough year, and you have been by my side, and I cannot thank you enough for that. I do pray with all my heart that you have a happy, healthy, and joyful holiday season. I can say happy holidays to those of you who prefer that phrase, but the focus is happy. Let's find some joy and happiness in this moment with our friends, with our families, and with the people that we love. And we can say Merry Christmas, because this is for many people an important season in their lives, in their year, a time of reflection, a time of gratitude and thanks with their faith. And I want to say it for everybody, Merry Christmas. Take good care, everybody. Know that you're loved with all my heart. And I do hope that you have a wonderful Christmas Day, whether it's alone. And don't worry, I've got a message for you on Christmas Day, because I'll be by myself too, meeting with my family a little bit, but mostly alone. And for those of you who are spending time with your community, with your family, with the people that you care about, make it joyful, make it safe, make it fun. And we'll talk again soon. Take care.